This will either be super boring or super interesting to read. What's up, Brave New World? It's Joshua again, here with a brand new video in which I have been reading a lot of entries from this particular section of Reddit called r/childfree. I like this one a lot because it proposes and posts different trains of thoughts, different posts and different anecdotes that happen to people that voluntarily choose to be child-free. Discussion topics and links of interest to child-free individuals, which refers to those who do not have or do not ever want to have children. And let's take a look. I have been reading a lot of these posts, a lot, and I have realized that not many people do this type of readings of Reddit posts from this section called Child Free. And I was like, many amazing channels such as r/Dabney Bailey, you're amazing, such as r/decided to many amazing channels such as r/already make and do amazing videos with Reddit readings. Therefore, I have decided to try the same myself, and why not? Let's give it a try. And in order to do that, let's read a few posts that I've been reading from r/childfree. Alright? Let's see what we have here. And this is a post that I read like 4 days ago. And by the way, I'm recording this during the middle of July of the year 2024. This post says, give me a second. This post says, I'm going to mention the name of the post, and by doing so, you might be able to check the post yourself, because this is something I really dislike about certain type of Reddit reading channels. You know, what do? They never post the name of the damn post, which I would love to read and read more comments by the people, you know. It is a little frustrating, and fortunately, I think I have a solution for that. Which will be posting the link to the post that I'm about to read. And it is Eek memory locked. This person says, your husband just needs to put 6 kids in you, and that'll fill your free time. That title is disgusting, to say the least. Alright? Yeah, that title is disgusting, to say the least. And even if as much as I am a child-free person, I am completely against this ludicrous and ridiculous idea of basically forcing your significant other to become impregnated, you know? This is disgusting. This is so disgusting, you know? Yeah. Why can I copy paste? There, I can paste now. This is really disgusting and disturbing. So let's give it a try. This person says, I was just browsing the socials because I'm child-free, and I have free time between my personal training session and another hobby class later tonight. I saw the stories of someone I met in 2021. She has 6 kids. I met her when I did a beauty pageant for married women. Yeah, I'd never done one, and I wanted to try because why not? Anyway, sorry. When I was chatting with the women who had get ready stations next to mine, I was talking about how the pageant was a way to try something new, and that I'm always trying new things to keep busy. This woman told me that the pageant was her only personal hobby at the moment, and that if I really felt the need to feel busy, then my husband should just out 6 kids in me. And I was, and still am, so skeezed out by that comment. Just all the ick. Ugh. So, while I didn't mind the pageant in general, the expectation that a married woman can only represent married women in the state if they have children, was too much. And frankly, I couldn't agree more with this person over here. I find the title and the use of words a little interesting because, to be honest, I don't think I have seen a lot the use ick being used. I don't think I have seen the word ick being used, you know? I don't think I have seen the word ick being used other than a bunch of things by Generation Z, I would say. A bunch of things by Generation Z. According to Oxford, ick. Definition. Ick means it's exclamation used to express disgust, but as a noun, it is an unpleasantly sticky or congealed substance. She scrubbed the ick off the back of the stove. She scrubbed the ick off the back of the stove. And oat milk, ick, but personally I would use more the word yuck. And this person replies, oh yikes, that is vile. Oh yikes, that is vile. And frankly, yeah, I couldn't disagree more. I couldn't agree more, sorry. This other person replies. Other replies include, what the heck? There it is. Give me a second. Other persons include this other person that says, jealousy is such an ugly emotion. And then this other person replies to this, spite on the other hand is an excellent motivator. The ratio is hilarious. Then this other person be like, what a disgusting thing to say to someone. This has to feel violating, no matter how long it's been. And frankly, I couldn't agree more. Frankly, I couldn't agree more with this person and this comment that is being said. Alright? Oh my god, this is so disgusting, because what happened to sorority? Alright? Aren't women supposed to have some sort of feeling of brotherhood or sisterhood, supporting each other no matter what choices they choose, no matter what decisions they make? If I want to have a kid, support me, and if I choose to have a kid, also support me. If I want to get married, please support me. But if I don't want to get married, please support me too. What's wrong with people who claim to be all for sorority and all that stuff? Ugh. I love this comment that once again it was, jealousy is such an ugly emotion. Then this other one says, it takes a lot of nerve to talk about someone like they are cattle to their face. She has some serious issues. That much is clear. And I couldn't agree with you more, because the worst thing is that when this conversation that you're having is said harmless and not meant in a mean, insulting way, you know? This reminds me of this particular question that was, what wasn't an insult, I think, but it felt like it? There was a Reddit thread that was like that, something like that. What was said to you innocently, but it felt like an insult, alright? What sounds like a compliment, but it's actually an insult? No, I don't remember. But, no, that's not the one, but I'm pretty sure it's something along these lines, alright? And then, to that comment that I just read, this other person says, give me a second, I'm going to read that. And it goes, give me a second. It says, it takes a lot of nerve. It takes a lot of nerve to talk about someone like they are cattle. And I couldn't agree more. Then this other person replies, it's probably easier to treat someone like cattle if you are the cattle. Misery loves company, they say. And some people are really, really miserable and thus do or say everything they can in an attempt to normalize the multi-decade-long streak of perpetual discomfort that they miraculously continue to mistake as something approximating destiny or purpose. But don't worry, within the silence just prior to her 6-kid solution to a free time problem, she would have felt just for a moment a glimpse, just a flicker of a parallel reality in which she had the time and energy to explore the passions of life each day. where she could wake up to the sound of birds rather than screams and stomping, where free time isn't a problem, not even a luxury, but rather a dependable and consistent element of daily life to be used however you wish. I'm a child-free person, and to be honest, I think that I do have all the free time in the world, and I couldn't be thankful for that. As a side note, yeah, sometimes I miss this one. I would love to be in a relationship, a loving one. I would love to be with someone who doesn't make me feel neither alone nor lonely. And speaking of an alternate reality in which I am with this person I used to love, whose name I'm not going to say, but with whom the relationship was so amazing and so loving that I would have welcomed the possibility and the prospect of starting a family. Honey, if you're watching this, Mary, if you're watching this, yeah, I would have gladly started a family with you. But we're not together anymore, so life goes on. At least for me and everyone else, and I'm pretty sure for you too. Continuing with the comment I was reading, it says, and in the moment that followed, a flourish of spite, the sensation rapidly replaced by a comfortable, numbing blanket of ignorance to cover that shameful, not reality that totally doesn't sit at the back of her mind, rising to the surface in the quiet of night to remind her of what life looks like when no one, or when one, disregards the pressures and expectations of traditional lifestyle trajectories. Or she didn't think about anything at all besides solving everything with the same dick-shaped hammer. With the same dick-shaped hammer, people like her. This was a little difficult to read. I'm going to try again. Or she didn't think about anything at all besides solving everything with the same dick-shaped hammer people like her seem so fond of. As if a child magically makes anything better. Too much free time? Dick. Career woes? Nope. Dick. I mean, have sex and procreate. Depression? Believe it or not, a dick will fix it. A dick will fix it. Too poor? Dick. Too rich? Dick. Don't stop until you're drowning in the pallid flesh of your screeching progeny. Oh, no thank you. Just look at me, girlie, I'm doing great. And this person replies to this long comment by saying, well written, mate. Even had me captivated on paragraph number 2. Oh my god, that was fantastic. I love it. That was actually quite glorious, I have to admit it. And then this other person replies, this is another separate comment that is not a streak, alright? And he goes, my mother says the same thing about my hypothetical husband in the future. The wording of it grosses me out so much too. Ugh. It is so frustrating to see that too many Loises are out there. When I say Lois, it's a pop culture reference. That's my cat coming in. She doesn't have anything in her mouth. Thank goodness, because... Nina, ¿qué haces ahí? Oye! Nina, what are you doing? Get out. Get back. Morla, get back. Yes, she's back. One more time. What was I saying? Oh yeah. I was saying that it is so frustrating that there are too many Loises out there. Who or what is a Lois? A mom who is really controlling, overbearing, insufferable and obnoxiously controlling, to the point that she will humiliate her kids by screaming at them and yelling at them. It's a reference to Lois, the mother from Malcolm in the Middle, the amazing 2000 TV show, written by Linwood Boomer and starred by Frankie Muniz, you know? And one characteristic of this mother is that she sabotaged many of the enterprises and quests of her kids, you know? That's kind of frustrating, to be honest. Anyway, back to what I was saying. This other person simply replies, disgusting. Not disgusting. No, this person wrote, disgusting. Careful with that. This person said, disgusting. Oh my god. It's hilarious because it's this type of spelling or grammar errors that are made on purpose in order to emphasize a point, you know? In English, you can do that very easily because spelling and punctuation is not consistent with its phonetics. English, you messy language. Then this other person replies, ew, what a bizarre, invasive things. Invasive, all around weird thing to say. Fantastic. And then to this short comment, this person writes a long comment that goes, sounds like something my cousin down in FL. What is FL? Let me check. FL, read it. Definition. What does FL stand for? FL apparently means father. FL? I think it's Florida. I think I'm incorrect. Sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna read it like that. Sorry. Back one more time. This person replies with a long comment to this short one by saying, sounds like something my cousin down in Florida would say. She always says, I need to get married and have babies. She started this stuff when we were 15, and now we are 35. And she knows full well I have no interest in either getting married and that I'm a child-free person. She's just intrusive and icky. She just likes needling me every time I see her, trying to get me to yell at her, which I don't, because I know what she's up to paint me as the evil, godless liberal up from north, to further justify why that side of the family treats me like the black sheep. I'm the family scapegoat on that side of the family, by the way. I'm over it, and I wish I could go no contact with all of them, but I still live at home because I can't afford to live on my own, and my dad can't bear the fact that I hate his toxic siblings and their equally toxic offspring. Whenever I complain about them, he just says, stop being an idiot, they love you so much. My mom and I are like, no, they don't know how to love, just control. Another reason why Toretto is an idiot! Sorry for yelling and raising my voice a little bit. If you are wearing headphones, a headset or earphones, whatever, or an ear set, I apologize in advance for yelling and raising my voice. It's just that it's so frustrating that Toretto, the character of course, who is played by Vin Diesel, Toretto is such an idiot that says family this, family this, family that, family that, family this, family that. Idiot. You need to clarify that. You might as well, because people might think that you're talking about the despicable people that sometimes you have the curse to be connected to by blood. Alright? The sister of your dad, your aunt, is probably the most passive-aggressive and despicable and disgustingly, how can I say this, backhanding, complimenting woman that there is in this planet. And nobody hates more. There's nothing more hateful than, how can I say this, a passive-aggressive person. When you encounter a passive-aggressive person, you be like, I wish I was cold-blooded and crazy enough, and crazy enough to be actually aggressive, so that next time they make a passive-aggressive comment, boom, like you plunge your fist into their skull or into their faces, to let them know, stop being so passive-aggressive with me. You either accept it or you don't. Stop that, please. Something like that. And if they try to gaslight me, boom, you punch them fast so that the gaslight explodes in their face. Alright? Something along these lines. Gaslighting. Light of gas. Lose the gas. I just said lose the gas because I am a Spanish speaker. I'm a Spanish speaker, and I was like, what's the word for gaslighting in Spanish? Luz de gas. That's fun. I guess I'll take that. No trates de darme luz de gas. Don't try to gaslight me. Something along these lines, right? Too many people be like that. So, this other person replies, sounds like she's harboring some resentment. One more time. Sounds like she's harboring some resentment. I'm guessing she had those kids mostly just to please her husband, not because she wanted them. How sad. And frankly, yep, sometimes one is too spineless and too selfless, and sometimes being a little selfish ironically of course, is the best thing. How can you be so selfish? Help your brother, he needs money. It's my money, he didn't make it. And if you try to do that, I'm going to call the police and I'm going to defend my money with machete. So please don't. For things like this, it makes perfect sense why lottery winners go with a mask. Let's continue with the other comment that says, all those kids prevent parents from helping local charities or struggling people they know personally. They always say, I don't have enough time, money or energy. My kids comes first, blah 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 blah. That struggling veteran risked his life for your freedom, mom, before your kid was born. He needs your help more than you need another kid to keep you busy. Ah, beautiful. I have my opinions about the reasons why veterans go to war, but I'm not going to talk about that here. Long story short, let's just say that why do you even invade people? Why? Let them be. But back to the comment. I couldn't agree with you more because, well, yeah, kids require energy, money, and care. Oh my god, this is the perfect comeback. A short comment that says, I'm laughing my ass off. I would ask on purpose to the people who tell me that they have so many kids. I have 6 kids, and I will reply, on purpose? And let's see what they say. Oh my god, obviously they don't use any type of birth control. Lol, I love this. Me too, my friend. Me too, replier. Me too, replier. Oh yes. Me too, replier. Me too. Continue with the other comment that says, oh my god, what a boring person she must have been to need 6 children to keep her busy. I have 0 children and I am constantly complaining that my full-time job gets in the way of all the things I actually want to do. I can't wait to be retired. Neither can I, even if I might end up working the rest of my life, but who knows. I am kind of positive about it. Let's find out. Oh my god, my god, my god. Let's continue with this. My nose is scratchy. My nose is itchy. Let's continue with another comment that says, Oopa, this is gonna be a long one. Other person writes a generic and easy but quite accurate puking emoji and the sick emoji, the one that is green and stuff. Green and feels like it's going to throw up, and the other one throwing up. I couldn't agree with you more, buddy. I think I'm gonna use that phrase when I'm reading. I think I'm gonna use that phrase a lot when I am reading. What's the word? When I'm reading posts from r/childfree, which as a child-free person I naturally enjoy. Oh my god. This person says, they say you can predict if a marriage will hold by asking man and wife how they met. If one of them says something along the lines of she or he caught me, it implies a less enthusiastic partner who doesn't claim any mutual responsibility for the initial attraction. Give me a second, I'm going to clean my nose. Give me a second, I'm going to clean my nose. Sorry. They say, I have already read that. Let's continue. Your husband put 6 kids inside of you. Sounds like the parent or kid equivalent to that. She doesn't sound like she's one of 2 driving forces, enthusiastically participating in the breeding and raising of the kids. I agree with all the ick, but this woman to feel sorry for? But this is a woman to feel sorry for, and each of their kids too. You should have some sympathy, but at the same time you should be able to give them the middle finger. You should also be able to give them the middle finger. That's way words. This other person gives a contrastive but positive comment. Oh my god, it says, that's way worse than when my uncle, a good man though very old-fashioned, said that I'll be happier when my husband gives me a child. Mine is just kinda awkward. People say gross, major ew, that's gross as fuck, and this other person says, oh, I like this. Well, that put me off my lunch. Now you're not gonna touch your food, right? That makes perfect sense. Neither will I. Neither am I going to. Oh. This other person says, just no. Ew. Childfree since 1981. The translation of all of this is suffer with me. Screw you, no. Respectfully I say, screw you, no. Hell no. Misery definitely loves company after I read this translation, which is quite accurate, I would say. Oh, I love this one that says, suffer with me. Again, misery loves company. This other one here says, that would definitely fill all the free time, having 6 kids. But would it be an improvement? Nah. Oh, nah. Oopa! I like the way this person is putting it. Oh my god, we are trashing these people so much. This one says, sounds like she has buyer's remorse. Buyer's remorse. Sounds like she has buyer's remorse. I think I get you. I bought this ink to make calligraphy and I regretted it because I remember that at home I have a Mohr and I have an almost empty, but it still has ink. One more time. I bought this little bottle of ink some time ago, but then I regretted it a couple hours later because I remember that at home I have another bottle that is almost empty but still has ink that I can into which I can put more water, and that makes me more ink. Sure, it's going to be with a lighter color, but it's ink. It's still more ink, you know? Oh my god. This person says a short opinion that goes, basically 6 kids is not busy. It's fucking exhausting. It's fucking exhausting. Why? Just why? For fuck's sake. And then there is a long comment that says, there is a very long comment that says, but before I read that comment, my commentary on this part says, if 6 kids is very exhausting, think about 2 dogs. At home, my family deals with 3 wonderful dogs and one of the kids of my sister. So yeah, all of them are equally hard, but the little kid of my sister, my nephew, it's a little bit more of something a little bit harder, you know? And I still think that buying the food for 3 dogs is it can be tiring, not exhausting. It can be tiring, you know? Taking care of the kid, that is exhausting. This person says, my new plan is to make gagging noises very loudly if anyone says anything like that to me. So it really drives home how disgusting that is to the person saying it in real time. I was trying to gag. How disgusting. And if they have the nerve to ask why, I can explain to the person, you're talking about having a person inseminate me. Why are you bringing up explicit sexual activity and bodily fluids to me as casually as you discuss the weather? Why are you bringing up explicit sexual activity and bodily fluids to me as casually as you would discuss the weather? And this person, the author of this the author of this text says, solid plan. I may have to incorporate it. I'm also demisexual or demisexual. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. According to Google, what? Give me a second. Demisexual. Meaning, demisexual means Give me the meaning in English, please, for this video. I need it in English, please. Definition. And it says, adjective, experiencing sexual feelings and attraction only after developing a close emotional relationship and not on the basis of first impressions, physical characteristics, etc. A noun would be, as a noun, it means a person who experiences sexual feelings and attraction only after developing a close emotional relationship and not on the basis of first impressions, physical characteristics, etc. Oh yeah, then I would say I'm demisexual then. And I'm so glad that with every single woman I have loved, we had beautiful and amazing carnal intercourses. With consent, with control, with care. I think I'm demisexual. A little bit, yes. Kind of. I think. I said I think, not that I am. Be careful with that. One more time. Solid plan. One more time. I may have to incorporate it. I'm also demisexual. So sex at its core is not super appealing to me. I am only really interested in it with my person, my spouse, and even then, only when we have established a good emotional connection that day. So the casual nature of discussion and its implications are definitely horrifying. Sure, having sexual and carnal intercourses is amazing, but as a man, it's not only about penetration, you know? You need to make her feel good, give her a massage, speak nicely or dirty, depending on what the other person likes. Oh my god, this was wonderful. I love that reply. This was wonderful. I love that reply. A few more before this video is over and we give a short conclusion, and we give a short conclusion, alright? This one says, you see, I don't care if others have children, but it baffles me how come anyone sane wants to have more than 2. 3 is a huge problem. My mom had 5 of us. Bear in mind that on 3 occasions she did not get pregnant willingly. And she never hid from us that having many children sucks. She could not give us as much attention. She could not give us as much as attention, care and love to each one of us in a way she wanted. For me, this woman was simply jealous, and I feel like regardless if you were child-free or had one child, she would be vile. One more time. For me, this woman was simply jealous, and I feel like regardless of you... this person wrote of instead of if. For me, this woman was simply jealous, and I feel like regardless if you were child-free or had one child only, she would be vile. This person says, no thanks, that's the nickname. This woman needs to fuck right off. Like I literally sat there thinking what to type, but I was in a stupor, and the cause was her absolute stupid comment to you. What a perverse, gross, pathetic woman. And that's it. There are a bunch of short comments that go and say something on the lines of disgusting, Jesus Christ, ugh, ew, that's such a gross comment to make, even to women who want kids. Ugh, right, just the idea of telling women to be a sperm receptacle? Nope. Yeah, so gross. The implied complete lack of choice and control over your life there. Disgusting. And then this other person writes a long comment that says, let's give it a try. It says, I'm completely convinced that we do things to keep busy as a sort of societal requirement. I absolutely have said it myself, but I have zero desire to actually keep and feel busy. I like my child-free, relaxing, non-busy life. My to keep busy things are just fun new hobbies, just like OP's pageant, beauty pageant, which is totally cute, by the way. I hope you had fun. And then the author replies, "It was so fun. 10 out of 10. Recommend for the experience. But I will not do it again. It was so expensive, and there is of course some things going on right now in that world that are leading to winners stepping down and potentially misleading contracts." Yes! Yeah, people taking advantage of people who are just good looking and assume they are probably innocent, and probably they are, I'm right. Non-beneficial contracts into modeling careers. I don't know. I don't know. I know I read over policies very carefully before I decided to do it, but I cannot imagine having done it if I had kids. I spent on the low end, and it was still something like 3,000. Gym training sessions, hair, makeup, the cost of entering, shoes, interview outfit, the pre-pageant orientation outfit, spray tan, leg wax, evening gown, accessories, the hotel room. Some women told me they spent 10,000. I was fortunate. It was a weird year because normally they have a preliminary evening gown event. Oh, I was fortunate. It was a weird year because normally they have a preliminary evening gown event and the regular evening gown. So it's common to have two separate gowns. Otherwise, I love trying out new things. It's how I got into circus arts and pole dancing. Looking to try out knife making next. Knives? Wow. That was beautiful, and I love the fact that OP is enjoying her child-free lifestyle. I know I'm enjoying mine, even if sometimes I miss certain things about certain people, and I wish certain things happen, but I'm happy with my child-free life. I know that if I have kids, I wouldn't be able to make these videos in the first place. I know I wouldn't be able to make these videos in the first place because I film them, I make them. Wait a minute, is it recording? Oh my god, is it recording? I know I wouldn't be able to record them and make them if I was with kids, you know? I was yawning and I was distracted with a meme, and I'm happy that my my camera is recording. So yeah, if I was not child-free, if I had a family, I wouldn't be able to make these videos, or more like, I wouldn't have so much time to make these videos. I'm rambling, I'm so sorry. This other person says, people need to start pushing back to these statements with, wow, that's R word, that's sexual assault, that's rape. Is that what you really meant? Because it is! They need to understand that! Just another Reddit thread, sorry. Let's go back to where we were. Let's go back to where we were. One more comment. One more comment and that's it. This one looks promising because this person mentions that they are Catholic. This one looks promising because they mention that they are Catholic, alright? They mention that they are Catholic. And it says, my wife and I got married in a Catholic church, so we had to take a Catholic marriage class. We're child-free, and definitely not Catholic. They had a Q&A one night with 4 married couples from their congregation, and some of the answers were wild. Q&A, some of the answers were wild. One person asked, what can I do to ensure that our marriage stays fresh and doesn't get boring? And the answers were, if you get bored, have another kid. And if you're worried about getting bored, don't get married. Note that the questioner didn't say that they were bored, just that they didn't want to become bored. The other wildest answer was when somebody asked, how do you know when you're financially ready to have a kid? I was ready for some bullshit, but I expected a milk toasty answer like start a household budget. Instead, across the board, the couple said, just have the kid now and trust God. Fuck, I'm rolling my eyes. I'm rolling my eyes. And some of the replies are quite reasonable, quite sensible, I have to admit it. Quite reasonable, quite sensible, such as this one that says, what? That's horrific! I'm curious as to why you wanted to have a wedding in a Catholic church, and not to mention, have to take a class when neither of you are Catholic. The author, the person that wrote this reply, says, one of our relatives is a priest and we wanted him to do the ceremony, so I guess so, yeah. He's shrugging it, you know. He's shrugging his arms when saying that. And I must say that I couldn't agree with you more. Overall, I will say that I couldn't agree with you more. It is disgusting and it is wild that some people secretly miserable want others to be as miserable as they are. If you want to have a kid, do it because you want to, not because you are succumbing to peer pressure, you know. And also, if they call you selfish because you choose not to have kids, then say ironically, yes, of course I'm racist, B. Yes, of course I'm selfish, bitch. I said bish, not bitch. Ah, fuck it. Of course I'm racist, bitch. No, of course I'm selfish, bitch. Of course I'm selfish. I just love to be able to sleep whenever I want, do whenever I want, and sleep whenever I want, and being limited only to the limitations of money, only to my responsibilities that money imposes. Alright? I'm selfish because I'm child free and I am not ashamed to admit it. That's probably me. That's probably me. We're going to stop right there because it's enough, and I have been rambling a lot and I have been saying so many things, and editing this video is going to be super fun. That's both true and at the same time not really. Oh my god. So let's finish it right there. To wrap this up, it's so disgusting if you think about it. Your husband just needs to put 6 kids in you and that'll fill your free time. No thank you. I like my free time the way it is. No thank you. Farewell.